rules, right?
Right. I didn't know G2 hadn't practiced.
I didn't know that either. Which also is like, yeah. But like,
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of like you remember a couple of years ago at All Stars when Fnatic showed up and they like hadn't practiced either and they just sucked and SKT won that tournament too. It reminded me of that. And like I'm gonna go on a rant. All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready for your rant. I'm like front row seat, literally for your rant.
Okay, so here's the issue with G2 and the lack of practice, and I don't know whether or not we had like other teams were practicing like CLG, but just for a timeline right here. Okay, April 17th is the date of the NA and EU finals being done.
What's the date today? 3rd of May or something? 5th of May?
Well, now it's the 5th because we're past
4th of
midnight.
May.
4th of May was when MSI started. Now remember that Shanghai is about a 3-4 hour flight away from Korea. So between April 17th and May 4th,
24th, 31st, like 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks to come to Korea and boot camp during that period. And there were teams still active because remember, our finals were a week after. So our finals didn't happen until April 24th. So you come immediately afterwards. You're going to get some like scrim time coming in. Obviously promotion, relegation, like Spenu, Kongdu, Ever, MVP. These are all teams that are still actively
And there's
playing.
a lot of teams in Korea now. This is a little bit after the fact, but
Yeah. Like
everyone's scrimming.
so
because
many teams
The
in
crazy
Korea.
thing is that like LCK starts pretty soon. It starts in like 3 weeks.
I mean, we don't have an exact date yet, but yeah.
But like I've been told May, which is like
Yeah, maybe.
that's soon. So the teams are scrimming, so the scrim opportunities are high.
Right. So, but the point is that first off, you wouldn't have jet lag, okay? So you come in and you don't have the jet lag already. So you just wipe that off there. Riot will give you the accounts for the solo queue, so you just get those right away, and you can practice at least in solo queue, and you're going to be able to get much better practice time. And like, I don't even know. Like, Ocelot was saying, okay, yeah, our team practiced really hard, and we needed a vacation. I'm like, who the fuck doesn't practice really hard? You're at this tournament because all of these teams practice really fucking hard. And you know what? SK Telecom was playing best of threes this entire season. You play fucking best of ones. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, what is your excuse beyond a certain point? And look, I will be sympathetic, and I'll say that Riot's schedule is bullshit. I don't think that teams should have to play. If you are a top team, you literally play 11 months out of the year. There aren't
Sure.
breaks. You're the best team in your region? Oh, great. You get to go to MSI. Too bad you guys don't get a break. You go right into the next season. No break at all. Oh, you want to go to Worlds? Well, here's another 5 weeks of shit you have to go through, and you have to prepare for it for weeks in advance. And then, if you're also a good team, guess what? You're probably going to get an invitation to IEM San Jose in December. So, like, there is no downtime for the
Sure.
best teams. And I think that's crap. But at the same time, you sign up for that shit. And not only that, but this tournament was changed so that the region that doesn't get into the actual, like only the teams that get into the semifinals are going to get in that first pool for Worlds. So you're not even just representing your own team here, which would be egregious enough. Hopefully G2 can pull it together. I really hope they can. But it didn't look good today. Like, that's all we can say. But at the very least, like, you're also screwing over all of the other teams in your region by not practicing.
Who would be very invested in making you guys do better so you can
Exactly.
get those slots.
Right? You'd think that these teams might have a little bit more help, at least in terms of the practice, for that very reason.
But I don't know whose decision all of this was. Like,
I mean, obviously we don't know. Maybe there was like a real reason, but I mean, I know what I saw, which is like I was talking to Emperor at the finals for us here in Korea. He was back in Korea. Like, fine, take a break, but just come to Korea and take your break. Chill out for a week, you know? Go eat some barbecue, go see the sights, and then start screaming again. And at least you get over the jet lag or whatever, play a little bit of solo queue. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't know if CLG did the same thing. I don't know. I do know they weren't in Korea. I know that. But at the same time, with such a huge 2.5 week break, like, get your shit together, seriously. And everybody's wondering, why does Korea always win? You think SK Telecom, like, takes breaks right now? Fuck no.
Well, I mean, the surprise to me is that this is supposed to be the culmination of your season. They earned the
Yeah.
right to be here. Like, the honeymoon comes after this.
Yeah, exactly. You want to take a fucking vacation? Let another team go to MSI. Just forfeit your seed, for real.
Again, I didn't have that context till after the games, and then I don't know.
No, I just hate the excuse mongering. Like, it's always like something else. Like, oh, we couldn't win this time because of this reason. It's like, shut the fuck up and practice. This is just embarrassing. It's just.
Well, I mean, I
embarrassing.
tweeted about about their performance, and someone was like, "Oh, but they only had 3 days practice," and I was like, "That's actually an indictment. That's not a mitigating factor. That's like, really, like that makes it a lot worse." Because it's an international event. It's not like a one-off. Like, it's not IEM where everyone was like, "Well, they've been together 3 days, whatever." Like,
And like I said, it's just fucking worse because of the whole changes to the system where you're basically just screwing your region. Like, can you imagine the blowback if like G2 can't make it out of the group stage? I mean, I'd be mad if I was another European player like looking at Worlds. I mean, how do you feel if you're like H2K or Vitality at that
but I
point?
mean, getting out of the group phase is going to be hard.
Yeah. Like going down 0-2 already.
They're
That's
probably
tough.
not going to come sixth, but fifth is very possible.
Yep. It's rough.
So this draft.